Yo everybody and welcome back to Crazy Man Gaming, and we are back in the same scene as the previous two videos for the Switch button. Yes, but I actually modified the button a little bit, but you know, yes, you need this. Moving the button up too, because it's a little low compared to the player. But so, a couple things. One, doing a couple. I'm just moving this around just for the video. Okay, so yeah. Um, this video we're going to start with animations and sounds. So first, create animation. Make sure it's on the button, right? Cancel. But yeah, not wall, button. Create animation on the button. So call it active. We're going to need two different active animations. Basically, let's make it a start here. Let's actually hit this button right here, which will make it active. Let's go about 10 frames, and we are going to and 20 frames. But 0 frames. 1.85. Okay, so now we got this animation. It's just still the animation. As for the button, now create a new clip. Switch active. Let's just set it to 2. Switch deactive. Now you guys can do your own animations. I'm just showing you how. I'm just creating these animations to and then at frame 10.5, it's just a release. Okay, so that should be it. Now we are wanting to actually remove the animator. I don't do animators. I prefer the old way of animations. Not we don't reset. I prefer the legacy way because it's just the the old one. Um, Debug legacy normal once. You have to do that too. Basically, for like legacy, go to debug, press legacy, and then click WAP mode once. Legacy is just switching to legacy mode. Makes it more simple. Alright, so also you can preview animations. Uh, 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 uh. It is very small animations too. You can have more complex ones as you go on. Alright, so now just reposition the actual button. Now We can do a sound. We're gonna do a sound later. Let's go into the script. Pop up script. Switch. As all the only two scripts we have is player casting and switch. Okay. Now we need to actually call. We already have the button. Okay. Actually, fuck. Before we do this, shoot, wrong one. Unity. We actually need to go back into the button, add an animation, and start adding animations. My improper naming schemes is gonna get me in trouble one day. Okay. Alright, I found it. Okay. So, switch active, switch deactive, and active, which is basically a button. It's a button, right? You don't need active. You need active and deactive. Whatever. Active may just gone forever. I just realized that. Like, active could be good for a temp button, but, back over here. So, what we need to do? In switch work 1, which is active, we're going to access the, where's the thing? That's a boolean. Oh, we don't have any access to the button. Oh, yeah, let's see, we're at self. Yeah, self, right? No. Shoot, what the fuck is it? Trying to access flame animation? What's the line? It's the line to access an object on the self. Pick up this. That's it. This dot get component. I call it animation. Going to be called. And now we need the dot. How do I play animation? Channel anim. Dot play. That's what it is. Dot play. Specific animation, which I totally know the name from. Switch active and switch deactive. Really, is that really named it? Yeah. Switch active. Depending on different situations, you may want to like have it triggered in different ways. Switch this dot get component animation, but you may want to have it in different ways. But for now, like this is like how you're gonna trigger it this way. It's just simplest way. So playing animations, it, it might it might work. You know, kind of like thought about this idea just before I like this video. Not this video, but like this thingy. Never actually thought about how to do it. I just kind of did it. Which why? I don't know. Now why? Oh. Oh, also wait. I need to reverse it. There we go. Why, God, I caught that slight mistake, and for some reason I thought I put deactive in the first one. Wait now. Wait, open the game. Voila! And if we switch this into a button, There you go. See? Perfecto. Not play disabled audio. I don't care. Now, so, yeah, okay. So next, I would use the audio source on the player, but I have that disabled because of reasons like loud ass noises. Um, so we're actually going to put an audio source, audio source on the thing. Don't play on awake. And we want to get a sound. So let me find one first. All right, I found my sound. If you want to get the same sound, is at soundbible.com/1705-click2.html. You can find it here. It's just a click sound. That's all it is. Show it in folder. It's right here. Click two.Sebastian. That dash Sebastian. If I open up unit is, if I open the folder, ignore that pack. Drag and drop the sound in. Okay. Now, button. Create empty. Call it sounds. Actually, just call it click to sound. I don't know why, but I just do this anyway, just to have a. Well, actually, I know why, because to have the sound in the game. It's audio source apparently. But silly. Oh, you click. You're gonna button. Button has its own audio source. Don't put out not that. Oh, I need to rename this shit. Rename F2. Rename. Here's a click sound. Was that just simpler? Button. Alright, so now go into code and hub, actually no, I don't need access because I can access self. Self dot play self dot get not self this dot play. No, actually, I'm gonna have to do this. I have to do this a different way. Um, public game, and I know you guys don't have to do all this extra separating that I'm doing. It's just for my organizational purposes. Public game, no, public audio source, but no, play dot. How do I, what? No, I swear. Gun pickup. I know audio sources in there somewhere. Public audio source. A sound. Should just be. Oh, there you go. Yeah, actually, it's clean. But dot play. That's what it was. But button dot play. Okay, so now in Unity, switch button play. and it works. Now we have sound. We have sound, guys. There you go. We have animation, sound. You can play it, and you can actually put in um, you can play animations. It doesn't have to be this. Basically, what you can do is basically do the same thing. You can create a game object, basically light, and put light.get component. It's literally just the object, the actual thing. But this is just accessing the player itself. I mean, you have to use button because it's an audio source. I'm gonna have to create my own audio source thingy, but it works. Okay. And yes, I know I'm doing this in every video. Just more of a recap, just real quick explanation. And we have all the same. All it is literally the audio source dot play, whatever the name of the audio source is dot play. In this case, it's just button dot play. Now, yeah, that's it. Now you can actually have a button trigger sometime like scenario. I actually have my own sequences. It's literally, well, I don't actually have opening, but like I can literally trigger opening. This is, well, technically this is just a starting thing. It's all it is on start set, which start triggers everything once. Basically, it's the player, which is the player's dot get component first person controller dot enabled false. All it is saying, you off. That's all. I'm saying that you can't move, basically. And then start recording and seeing player, which is literally I knew it. Which has delays. Just yield return. Wait for why wait for 2 seconds? Oh, cause yeah, no, I know why. Cause wait for 2 seconds to fade screen dot set active false, and then text box. And you got it here. Wait for another 2 seconds. Remove text, and then enable first person controller. Literally, all it is just a sequence of events. That's all my thing. I do have jump scare too, which is literally the same thing. Though but it does have an extra what is that, a whole lot more V's, and it does have an extra void, which is on trigger enter, which is just debug that long. It's just it's a collision one. It's being triggered by a collision, which is a totally different thing, which is not it. But you can see which you can basically remove this and um, have talking between both scripts and say on when buttons when you basically create a boolean and say boolean um, trigger thingy. Basically, you actually don't want to. You want it to not be able to trigger it again. Basically, actually, all we would have to do is be able to actually just make it only work once. We would want a public one. Okay, we actually want a public boolean named work once. Basically, this is work once. Basically, it's basically you want to like, create a thing where your button gets jammed. Voila, here you go. Basically, it's public boolean work once. It's gonna be equals false by default, so it'll actually work like a work once, meaning switch work one should work, but work two would have to have work once equals false. No, can't put it in there. Well, I ain't putting something right here. So start creating switch work, and its button equals true. Switch work equals false. Switch work. Work once. Work equals false. Oh lord, we are almost out of time. We're already at 30 minutes. 20 minutes. Oh, I know why we're only at 20 minutes. It's like, well, the timer's well. It's because I paused it and didn't. I had timer going. It's calling it. What's wrong with it? Actually, let's have it set to null. Work. Oh wait, I know my issues. And work once equals false. I was like, why? It's like, why is it not working? Because I've got the and. You know, this is why you guys should not listen to anything I say. Apparently, I forget things. There, and work once equals false. So all it is like this always work no matter what, but it's not gonna work if this. It's basically it'll only work once. So if we go into Unity, the script recompile. There we go. It's gonna have another new thingy called work once. We click play. It's off right now, so everything should work up. That's fine. As a switch, anyway. And we turn on work once. It becomes inactive for good. Or make it a button. That's an issue. Input.get keycode.e and is button equals true, and work once equals false. Hmm. If work once equals false. There we go. That might work. Susan the if doesn't want to go through. Let's make it a button and work once on. I don't want it to go back up. There we go. It works like basically it's a button that gets stuck. It's a button. I turn work once off. Work once forever. Turn off his button and work once. It turn back into a switch. So yeah, that's about it. We've learned some things. We have learned some things. In the next video, actually, you know what? I'm making this series too. In the next video, I'm actually going to go and work on doing basically adding more of these and being able to see about making kind of like basically interactive with basically add different things to it. Who knows? But basically, all you have to do is basically, well, technically, it's very simple. Actually, this video is not necessary, but I'm still doing it anyway because I might some other things. Basically, if you want an interactive menu, technically it's good for interactive menus. Basically, want to like have basically switching scenes. Just like work on switching scenes, which maybe you guys will actually watch because why not? This next is going to work on switching scenes and all that. Basically, so you're gonna need a couple extra things, and having an interactive menu. Not even a interactive, not interactive, but a HUD. Basically, it's gonna have text pop up on the screen. So there's that. That's about it. That's only gonna have text off of it. I could have a crosshair and all that, but for now, it's gonna be text. Okay, so thank you all so much for watching this episode from Insanity Productions. It was me, your host, signing off. Adios.